Hello everyone, I'm Boom Gonzalez and welcome to School Spirit. Now today we'll feature the undisputed leader of the Fighting Maroons team that shook season 81 of the UAAP. Paul Desiderio was highly skilled. He was unusually strong, but his best asset was his heart. All grit and grind, he ignited one of the best Cinderella stories in all of college basketball.
Desiderio for three! Cash money!
Paul Desiderio has more than enough great moments in the UAAP for him to be called a Fighting Maroons icon. Now, let's gain an insight into his game-changing stint with UP here on Glory Days. Okay, Paul, kwento mo naman sa amin. How did you end up in UP? Kasi alam ko may mga ibang eskwela na interesado sa iyo eh.
Dapat kasi, nung nasa Cebu ako, kinukuha rin ako nung Adamson and Arellano. So, yun, iniisip ko kung saan ako pupunta. So, sabi ko, baka may chance sa UP. Kasi, siyempre, hindi ko yung standing. So, that time, sa 112. So, sabi ko, sige, try ko lang. So yun nga, yung muna mahirap, pero at least nasubukan, di ba? And then, nung pag-alis ko, na-prove ko na winners din pala kami.
Tapos, what was the deciding factor then for your decision to finally choose UP? Like, culture ba? Or yung community? Or meron ka na bang kilala doon that made you feel comfortable? In your case, what was it?
Well, unang-una yung education. Siyempre, kailangan ko yun. At least after ng basketball, kung meron akong fallback. So, yun nga yung sabi ko, sobrang challenge din. Kasi, nung pagdating ko, kasi wala akong kakilala, hindi ko close yung mga teammates ko. So, yun, nung una gusto ko na umuwi. Pero, well, survive ko naman kung ilang taon din ako sa UP.
Paul, from a basketball standpoint naman, bakit UP pa rin ang pinili mo? Kahit na sabihin na natin na, di ba, ikaw na nagsabi, maraming talo, the program was struggling, why did you still choose UP?
Siyempre, yun nga, yung education sa una, tapos yung para rin makalaro kasi yung line-up ng UP hindi masyadong so may chance ka talagang maglaro. Pero yun nga, mahirap sa una kasi 0-14 nga. So sobrang hirap nun. And then dahan-dahan na rin maging okay yung standing. So nagiging okay rin yung sitwasyon sa UP.
So, ano yung adjustment, Paul? Coming from the province to Manila, tapos wala ka pang kilala. So, how was it for you early on?
Well, sobrang ang dami. Unang dating ko pa lang, homesick na ako. Tapos, marami pang gusto ko na umuwi. Tapos, iyak ako ng iyak nun eh. Alala ko, sa dorm kami. Iyak ako ng iyak kasi syempre, nasanay ako na kasama ko yung family ko. And then, hindi ko sila kasama. So, ang daming, pag may kailangan kang gawin, wala sila. So, yun yung parang unang sakripisyo din namin ng pagpunta namin dito sa Manila. So yun, talagang patience lang talaga. So, tiis-tiis lang hanggang makamit namin yung mga goals namin sa buhay.
Oh, no, sometimes, Paul, talagang we take some of these stories for granted. Lalo na people like me. But when did you finally feel that you were already like settling down with UP na, okay, eto na, parang I'm feeling at home na?
Well, naalala ko yun yung pumasok yung Nowhere to Go But Up. Yun yung time na dahan-dahan ako nagsisettle sa UP. And then, in-adapt kasi ako nung Derby na family. Tinuring na nila ako na anak. So, parang ako naman, naging comfortable na ako na in the way na tutulungan nila ako. And syempre, ano lang ba mabibigay ko rin sa kanila. So, yun yung makatulong na manalo yung UP. So, yan yung nasa isip ko. And then, naging comfortable na rin ako doon. Kasi, andun na yung mga yung mga Bisaya boys din. So, papasok pa rin sila ng UP. Gusto na rin nila. So, yun. So, isip-isip ko na naging okay din. na nagstay pala ako sa UP kasi nauna ako tapos sumunod na yung mga bata. So, naging comfortable na rin hanggang pag-graduate na.
Okay, top of your head, who were the players that started coming in that even made you more comfortable sa UP?
Well, dumating na sila Janjan, si Pio, si June, si Ago, nandun na si Ago. So, kami, naging pamilya din kami dun sa dorm namin. Kumbaga sama-sama talaga.
Speaking of, yung nabanggit ko na kanina, Paul, I wanted to know what your emotions were when the Fighting Maroons were actually at the bottom of the standings and unfortunately consistently there. Of course, you're an athlete, masakit sigurado yan, competitor ka pa.
Well, personally ako, nung rookie year ko, gusto ko na rin umalis. Siyempre kasi hindi kami nananalo eh. Mahirap rin. Pero siyempre, nag-start na rin dun yung career ko. So, tiniis ko na lang para tapusin ko. Kasi pag umalis pa ako, magre-residency na naman. So, mahirap. Mag-adjust na naman ako sa culture. So, yun. Talagang tiniis ko lang yung situation. And then, syempre, sinabayan na rin ng work hard. So, hanggang gumanda rin yung program namin.
Okay, during that time na you were starting to get frustrated, who was the guy who helped you and convinced you to stay?
Well, si Coach Poch. Si Coach Poch yung kumausap sa akin, Coach Winnie. Coach Poch kasi kinausap ako na, sige, tiyagaan lang natin kasi yun nga, may ano daw siya na kakausap na tutulong sa team. And then, yun yung nowhere to go but up na pumasok na. So, yun, gumanda yung program, naging okay.
Si Coach Pochwinyo pala. Okay, did he say anything, Paul, na medyo specific para ma-convince ka talaga na dito ka na lang sa UP?
Yun nga, yung sabi niya na may tutulong. So, hindi ko naman inasahan din na yung tutulong. Talagang ganitong impact sa UP. And yan yung nowhere to go but up. So ako parang lately ko lang na grabe pala, nasa isang dinner lang kami nun. Yung plano nung founder, si Tito Renan Dalisay. Parang hindi kami nakapaniwala na naging totoo, na naging maayos, naging flow. So, thankful kami sa kanila na pumasok sila sa UP. At siyempre, hindi rin namin sila pinahiya nung after namin maglaro sa UP, naging proud din sila sa amin.
Okay, Paul, ito na yung part na nakikita mo. Some things are already improving in UP. When did you specifically feel that it was getting better na? Medyo games man or practices? When did you feel that energy changing in the community?
Yung pagpasok talaga ni Coach Bo, dun lumabas lahat ng expectation, excitement. Kasi, siyempre, winning coach siya. So, ikaw naman, as a player, so, talagang malaki yung chance namin dito. And then, yung time na yun, kinakuha niya yung recruitment niya. Tapos mga talaga, mga blue chip, sila Bright. Tapos, yun, nagsunod-sunod na, sila Juan, tapos sila Richie, sila Kobe. So, kung makikita mo yung program, umaangat talaga. So kami naman as siyempre mga veterano, nag-aano lang kami na sana makapasok lang kami sa Final Four bago kami umalis. So yun lang yung goal namin. And then dahan-dahan pag first na Coach Bo, 5. So expectation next year mas mahagit. So next year 6, sinort kami ng isang game. So the next year naman was yun yung super struggle din sa first round kasi hindi kami nagkakasundo-sundo. So, yun, naging mahirap din para sa amin. Pero masaya dahil na-achieve namin yung gusto namin.
So, we've heard stories like that with many programs, yung mga internal struggles within the team, and then it turns into success. Can you tell us why did that happen to your team? Tsaka, how were you able to turn things around?
Well, nung una, kaya hindi kami nagkakasundo. Siyempre, puro magaling. Tapos may bata kami na si Juan na paangat na rin. Tapos si Bright galing pa NCAA MVP. So, mahirap yung hindi kami magkakasundo kasi iba-iba kami ng style of playing. Siyempre, tapos nung hindi na kami nananalo, makikita mo yung mukha nung coaches, Coach Bo, especially Coach Bo, parang hindi na masaya, parang sobrang pressure na rin. So, ako naman, as a veterano, iniisip ko lang din na, sige, ako na lang yung bababa para magaganda na yung laro kasi wala naman.
Paul, sabi mo kanina, narinig ko, ikaw na lang yung bababa. Parang, I want to clarify, what did you mean by saying that?
As a leader, yung laro ko na lang yung binaba ko yung laro ko. Tapos nilid ko na lang sila kung paanong tapos sa tulong ng mga ibang veterano rin. So, yun yung mga bagay na mahirap gawin pero kailangan mong i-sacrifice kasi for the team.
So, Paul, when you hear the words glory days in the UAP, ano naiisip mo?
Sinabi na glory days sa UAP, syempre yun yung pumasok kami ng finals kasi walang nag-e-expect na makapasok kami dun. Kasi hindi kami pumapasok ng Final Four and then biglang nagkaroon ng chance and then may bonus pa, we went to final. So that was our glory days talaga ng collegiate career namin.
Okay, Paul, let's focus on Coach Bo. You know, so many of you have professed your love for him for one reason or another. Tell us naman, what kind of coach is Coach Bo? What kind of person is he? And what kind of relationship did you have with him?
Well, Coach Bo kasi second father na namin yan. Kasi nung pagdating niya talagang inayos niya lahat. Simula sa food, sa mga allowance, tsaka yung anong need ng players, inayos niya kami. Kumbaga, yung iisipin na lang namin is yung pag-aaral, tsaka yung paglalaro na lang. Yun yung una niyang ginawa nung pagdating niya. So ikaw, as a player, sumaano mo talaga yung paano kanya i-motivate. Sobrang motivational coach din siya. So, kami, as a player naman, so, ang laking utang na loob namin sa kanya. That's why, Papa Bo yung tawag namin sa kanya. Papa Bo, so tuwang-tuwa sa amin. Yun yung naging namin na lalaban kami para sa kanya. Kasi inayos niya lahat. Kasi kung naabutan ng mga bagong recruits yung paano kami, I'm sure hindi sila pupunta sa school na yan, kundi dahil kay Coach Bo.
Siyempre, di naman natin pwedeng padaanin tong interview na to na hindi natin pag-usapan yung atin to. O una, pag-usapan natin yung tagline muna na parang lahat na ginagamit pag UP, kahit tapos na yung reign mo sa UP, naririnig mo pa rin yung cheer. How does that feel?
Well, yung una, hindi ko in-expect talaga na yun, lalaki yung parang atin ko na parang lagi ko lang sinasabi sa training yun. And then, hindi ko naman expect na nakuha ng camera doon sa yun yung parati, lahat ng sports yun na yung atin to. So ikaw naman, sobrang saya mo kasi yung fighting spirit ng UP communities nandun na, kumbaga kung kinukuha nila yung kung ano yung fighting spirit din ng team. So we're just so happy na ganun yung nangyari. Pero hindi talaga expected lahat na yun.
Naalala ko yun, Paul, yung huddle na yun di ba, nung sinabi mo pa nga yun, parang pinigilan ka pa nga ni Coach Ricky Dandan na parang, teka, tahimik muna, explain muna natin yung play. Yung play na yun, design ba yun sa'yo or for you? Or sinabi mo yan para marinig lang ng buong team na para kahit sino makatanggap ng bola, may confidence sila tumira?
Hindi pa ata, kasi sabi ni Coach Ricky, teka lang. So hindi ko pa alam kung saan papunta yung play. So inlame ko na lang para to have confidence to my teammates na pag tinira nila sila, syempre confidence ka na tumira. So malaking chance na ma-shoot.
Okay, so, sa'yo napunta yung bola, you shot that big shot, the crowd reacted, obviously. What was your instant thought back then nung pumasok yung bola? And how do you think about that shot now? How are you going to tell that story?
Sobrang saya na na-shoot ko yun. Siyempre, ang dami kong game winners na that one, yung isa yun is the best. Kasi sakto up pa yung kalaban and then it was good play. So, yan, confidence nandun. So, for me, it's a good experience din na na-shoot ko yung tira na yan. And, well, I don't know, it's a lucky shot or what. Basta it feels good, kumbaga.
Naalala mo ba, Paul, kung paano nag-react yung crowd, how they exploded? Can you take us back to that moment? Can you paint us a picture for that atinto moment?
Kami, as a team, we treat each other as brothers. So, yun, parang we got each other back. Nung papik na yung lahat ng we know our role already. So, alam namin kung anong gagawin, yung mga papasok, alam na nila. So we have confidence to play. Lahat, kahit kukutin mo kahit sino sa kanila, lalaro eh. So, yun yung kagandahan ng team namin. Na parang pag hindi ka makashoot, umanda ka sa practice, kakatsawan ka talaga. So, ikaw, magsushooting ka. Layup ka, sabihin namin, mag-practice ka muna ng layup. Puro ka 3 points dyan eh. Kaya gano'n lang namin. Yun, naging masaya yung team talaga nung time na last year ko. Kasi, yung group of guys na halo yun eh. Yung hati nun. Mga talunan kami. Yung mga papasunod, yung mga winners. So, nahati kami. So, may kailangan kami improve. We got all the support na kailangan namin. So, kumbaga wala na kaming reason na matalo kasi nandun na lahat eh. So,
Sabi mo, lagi mo sinasabi, di ba? Your wish naman for UP and for yourself was to make the Final Four. Okay, before it happened, you needed to beat DLSU. Ano naman pakiramdam ng buong team sa moment na yon?
before nung Lasal game, nag-set ako ng dinner para sa team. So, para malaman ko na kung kakabahan, kung ano mangyayari. So, makikita mo yun. So, nung pagdating namin sa dinner dito sa Pilipinas, lahat masaya. Kumbaga lahat nagtatawanan lang. So, sabi ko, parang walang pressure ha. Pero kami yung mga talunan, yung mga before, so parang kami, parang siyempre pressure din eh. Kung na, pakita ko, so ikaw as a leader, parang you have confidence na kita mo yung mga bata, si Pride, parang portable, mag-take out pa kami ng pagkain. So, yung pagdating namin dun sa arena, sinabi ko pinagandang talaga na masaya to. Sabi ko masaya yung ending nito. Kasi makita mo yung Lasal kasi at that time, nung nag-lea, parang sobrang pressure. And then kami, parang nag-ano lang, parang wala. Parang if we win, sige. Kasi if we lose, nandun na rin. Kasi at least ginawa namin yung best namin. So, naging thankful kami na nagawa rin namin and napasok namin sa Final Four.
So, game 1, lumaban kayo against Adamson, nanalo kayo against your rival.
Sa basketball community na nandun pala yung UP sa taas din at nakikipagsabayan. So doon kami nagiging proud na hindi kami talunan. We are all winners.
Iron sharpens iron. That's how Paul Desiderio realized his potential while playing in the UAAP. On that note, let's check out which teams and players served as his toughest challenges here on Rival Schools. Okay, Paul, pag-usapan naman natin yung mga ibang teams. Sino ang team na pinakamahirap talagang talunin para sa inyo?
Sa time namin, lahat mahirap. Lahat talaga pwede kayong talunin. Hindi mo alam kung sino mananalo. Well, Ateneo, given na yun. Pero aside from Ateneo, lahat yun malakas. Kasi nahihirap kami dun. So, yun. Parang kami, just, sa UP, just one game at a time lang kami.
Tapos, in terms of like actual matchup, who would you consider to be your rival? Meron ba? And can you describe your encounters with that guy?
Well, unang-una si Ron Denison. Good matchup parate. Then, the media was, pinag-aaway yata kami. So, kasi pag nakita kami sa court dalawa, panggaan talaga kami. So parang maano nila na parang hate namin yung isa't isa. And then, yun, hindi nila alam na we're best friends. So, pero pag nakita kami, talagang walang anuhan kung sino manalo.
Okay, so yung mga player na na-mention mo, Paul, yan na ba talaga yung nagpahirap sa'yo?
At that time, parang na siya, offense defense siya. So, ang galing niya dumipensa, may offense siya. So, doon ako nag-struggle kasi alam niya teammate ko siya from high school. So, nahihirapan. Alam niya lahat ng galaw ko. And that time, ang ganda na ng nilaro ko. 20 plus. Na nung nag-match up kami, so bumaba na yung laro ko dahil sa kanya. So nalaman nila kung paano nga, dahil kay Rock. Kasi, siyempre, he's a good defender talaga. So, yun yung nagpapahirap sa akin time ko sa UAE.
Okay, ibay naman natin yung tanong. Are there any players na you look forward to defending naman? Yung talagang gusto mong bantayan?
Gusto mong bantayan si Alvin. Kasi susubukan ko talaga hanggang saan yung... Kaya ko sa scorer, kaya ko score ni Alvin kahit saan. So nung sinubukan ko, wala pa rin, lipad-lipad ako. Ang laki ni Alvin. So, gagamitan ka ng katawan. So sabi ko, kayo na lang kumuha dyan. Dito na lang ako sa iba. Pero gustong-gusto ko talaga siyang bantayan kasi kaya niyang shoot, kahit saan, scorer talaga.
Okay, other than the Atinto moment, Paul, what was your favorite play in the UAAP?
First, yun yung siyempre Atinto moment. Yung second was the game 1, the screen of Bright. Yun yung pinaka-memorable ko. Kasi at that time, siyempre ako yung, kung expected nila na ako yung kukuha . So, di rin in-expect ni Bright na solid yung screen na nagawa ko. And then one was, tinitingnan din pala ni Juan na si Bright. So yun yung favorite play ko talaga nung kasi ang ganda perfect. Nakuha talaga namin lahat. So, para sa akin yung favorite play ko talaga yan. Kasi one game away from finals nga. So,
uy, tama, naalala ko yan. Can you tell us how that play developed nga ulit? Yung the screen that freed Bright underneath the basket. Ikwento mo sa amin yung buong evolution ng play na yun.
Well, yung play dapat was I'm going to screen to Bright and then lalabas ako para kunin yung bola. Pero hindi nangyari kasi nga nung pag-screen ko kay Bright, and then Papi was not expecting na pupunta si Bright. So sobrang rin naman kasi tinapon ni Juan nakita ko dito sa gilid. Buti na lang nahabol namin. So, nahabol ni Bright. So, kasi delikato rin yung pasa na yun. Nasa crucial baka after matakbuhan pa kami. Then, iyak.
In Game 2 versus Adamson, you were hitting big shots towards the end. How did it feel being in that moment against the tough team na Adamson University?
Nung time na yun was talaga, sobrang pagod na laro. Talagang walang gusto bumitaw, may lalayo, babalikan. So at that time, nung overtime, was tinitingnan ko yung mga teammates ko. Si Bright, ika na. Si Juan, medyo pagod na rin. And then, kasi alam na nila na kay Juan pupunta. Swerte kami nung pagbunot ni Diego. Nag-click agad si Diego. So, may hugot kami nung game talaga. And then, nung time na patapos na yung oras, Walang gustong tumira, lahat sumisigaw sa akin, huli mo yung bola, Paul. So ako naman, konti na lang, magka-cramps na rin ako kasi playing defense, offense, so isip-isip ko, okay lang, hindi na naman nila ako makikita ulit pa. Next year, wala na ako. So, kung ako sisihin nila, so, buti na shoot. Hindi, baka ako yung mumurahin ng community.
Paul, what does school spirit mean to you, and how big of a factor was school spirit for you and your team, especially during the days that you were competing?
Well, school spirit sa amin, we make our community as one before the community namin, and then nagawa namin na i-build yung community namin na as one, na we believe na kaya namin. And then, yun nga, yung sabi ko, yung at least ngayon, we feel na our community nasa likod na namin. And yun yung to win, para maging proud sila. And yun yung ginawa namin, na hindi rin namin mawala yung
Pride. Diba? Yung school pride na ipaglalaban namin yung school namin hanggang sa dulo. So, yun, parang hindi kami magpapatalo para sa school namin and the community.
Pagdating naman sa sarili mong career and for UP, how big was school spirit for you guys?
Grabe, sobrang laki. The support na I got now, until now, nandyan pa rin para sa akin. And then, siyempre, as susuklian ko rin yun to help the team. Especially now na they ask for my help, nandun ako. Kasi they got my back always then. So, maraming nakasupport pa rin sa akin. Kahit na ilang years na ako, 3 years na ako wala sa UP. Nandun pa rin sila to support me kahit saan. So, thankful ako sa community and sa school namin.
A big thanks to Paul Desiderio for joining us. It's great to hear all of those stories, and we would have loved to hear more. But that's it for now. We'll see you again next week as another UAAP legend logs in to tell his story.